Alrighty, y'all. This is probably going to be the craziest thing that I've ever attempted here. This is supposed to be like a mini project, is what they call it in JavaScript, which is a review of JavaScript fundamentals by building a gradebook app. And I've been studying on how to do this, right? I've been looking at codes, and hopefully I can remember. So, well, actually, first, let me read it so y'all understand what I'm doing. So here we got a teacher has finished grading their students' tests and needs your help to calculate the average score for the class. Complete the getAverage function, which takes an array of test scores and returns the average score. So this is ultimately what they ended up writing here. And the average is calculated by adding up all the scores and dividing by the total numbers of scores. So this is what the average would basically look like. A couple of the function calls have been provided for you so you can test out your code, and there are some tips. You can use a loop to iterate over the scores array and add up all the scores. And you can use the length property to get the total number of scores. So, just to be quick about this, we're going to instantly assign a sum. I could be using const to be honest, but let me just in case, we're going to instantly assign a sum that's going to be called, oh my bad, yes, because we are starting at 0, I gotta remember that. Starting at 0. And then we're going to do a loop. So we're going to start with for this, and then we're going to close that out because the loop is going to have something, and I have to remember to write a return here. So I'm just going to write return. We can figure that out later. So now, this for loop is going to be filled like how it normally is filled with the iteration, the condition, and then something else, whatever the hell else they call the rest of that. But let's end up adding in here. I think we're just going to call it I equals. Oh wait, no, I think we got to declare I. So we're doing let I equals 0. I think, right? Let I equal 0, and then we're going to close this out. We're going to write, y'all, the length, and then we're going to close that out, and we are going to go I plus plus, so it can go up 1 every time. I think this is supposed to be sum. Oh, there we go. I was wondering why sum was a little bit like blurred out. So I think you're going to do sum plus equals. So it's greater or the same number of count. I mean, no, not count. I think scores. Oops, scores 1. Oh no, scores I. So it says let I equal 0, and then I is going to be less than the scores length. So this is the scores here. I is going to be less than the scores length. Divided by the scores. I can spell scores dot length. I think I'm doing let I equal 0. Is I supposed to equal 1? No, I don't think it's supposed to be 1. I think it is supposed to be 0. But I think what's weird is that why would I do let I equal 0 if sum is 0? Maybe, oh, you know what? I'm stupid, guys. I think I have an extra one. I'm like, I wrote the code right. Okay, so are y'all proud of me that I was able to do that? It definitely took a lot of studying. I had to actually end up looking, like doing it, like really like working towards it. I think eventually I had to get help on it, like completely. Then I ended up defining it, each one. And then for a couple of times, I want to say I probably did it once to get through it. And then I did it one more time with a bit more help. And this is my first time doing it on my own, just based off of, understanding what I need to do. So alrighty guys, we are on step 2. I wasn't going to do it because I thought it was going to be hard, but then when I started getting into it, it definitely helped. I think honestly the best thing people can do is use ChatGPT as like a mentor or a teacher. So I literally told them to break down to me a little bit of what I'm trying to get to do with, especially with these. Because I also wanted to know, do I need to declare a variable, right? Because the last one, they didn't tell us to declare a variable, but I did have to. So I was wondering like different questions like that, and I told them to literally explain it to me as if they were a teacher. And basically, they explained it so well because they were like, what you're trying to do is basically get to, if the score is 100, the grade will be this. And then if the score, well, yeah, if the score is in between 90 to 99, it will give you this. And when they said it like that, which it probably said it here somewhere like that, I was like, oh. So I think the easiest function to obviously write is the a plus one. I think where it's off. So I think it's like if 100, or is it score? If 100 equals score, then I think you would return. Wait a second. Am I supposed to do this? Oopsies. Take that out, copy that. I think I'm supposed to So then you would return score. Well, actually, I don't think you need to do that. I think you would just return A++. If 100 equals score, you return A++. This is where it gets a little bit tricky because I think you're doing like score is equal to or less than, or is it this way? If score is less, so let's say the number is less than or equal to, I think I'm probably going to write this backwards, 90, and score this way now is greater than 99. I feel like I did that backwards. Basically saying if score is greater or equal to 99, I feel like it's probably supposed to be like a score less than. What did it know? So I think it would need to be if the score is greater than 90 or equal to, and if the score is less than 90 or equal to, turn an A. I think it worked. But I don't know because it kept telling me something about this 100.
Score. Wait, same thing. I also can just copy and paste. That'll probably save a bunch of my misery. I can just copy and paste. And then switch this to 7, switch that to 7, resulting in return of C. Hopefully I'm doing this correct. Yeah, else if. I thought I went to the random though. There's something around this, to be honest. I don't know if I'm doing it exactly correct, but definitely something around that 69. But I think. There's a bit of space here. I don't know why it has that. Oh, score. I don't know why I wrote it, to be honest. I'm gonna return B. I think the scary thing though is like when you
misdo something, it throws off your entire thing. So else if that, and then we're going to go, I think it's 50 into, oh no, it's 0. 0 to 59, and then that is going to return an F. Is that it? Oh, bammers. That was actually so easy, and I was stressing for no reason.